Hello beauties, welcome back to Artistry Undefined. This is Yoli, and today I am going to be showing you a basic blending technique using only one eyeshadow and one brush. Super quick and easy. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off by filling in my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. As you can see, I'm using a technique called baselining. So you're just going to line the root of your brow first, and then you're gonna start moving your product where your brow hairs grow. So if they grow up, you're going up. If they grow down, you're going down. I am taking and measuring the end of my eye with the tail of my brow. Sometimes if we fill in the brows and make them too short, the rest of our face is going to look wider. So this is going to basically help me proportion my eyebrow to the rest of my face. So taking the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla and my Sigma F75 brush, I am going to start cleaning out my brows under and over it. As you can see, the shade of concealer I'm using is really close to my actual skin tone. I'm not using a lighter concealer just because I am going to be taking this color on the upper part of my brow. If you are using a highlighting color or a color that's 2 or 3 shades lighter, please do not take it on the top part of your brow, because as you know, highlighter makes things stand out. So you're literally going to be making the brow look like it's popping out of your face all around, and that just looks crazy. So try to use a shade that's close to your skin tone for the top of your brow and a highlighter on the bottom. So before we move on to eyeshadow, I'm going to prep my eye using Too Faced Shadow Insurance and following up with my Nars Creamy Concealer in Vanilla to erase all these veins and redness that I have on my eyes. And I am going to be setting the concealer and the primer with a flesh tone shadow. You can also use any translucent powder that you have, just because it's going to be easier for us to blend the powder shadow into the powder as opposed to a powder into a cream that can leave sometimes our blending game a little bit blotchy. So I'm taking a Sigma E25 and this Inglot eyeshadow in number 60, and I'm going to start with a light wash of color on my crease. And as we move lower on the eye, our color is going to become more opaque. What we're doing here is we are building a gradient of a color, and this is really a easy blending technique. You just start with a light wash of the shadow, and then you're building up the lower you go on the eye. I'm just taking the Makeup Forever Flash palette using the yellow cream. I'm applying it on my lid, and then I'm going to be setting that with the same Inglot eyeshadow. This is just going to intensify our lid color, and like I said, the lower we want to go, the brighter the color should be, or the more opaque the color should be. If you do not have the flash palette, that is okay. You can just use an NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. You just want something that's going to brighten up the color a little bit more on the lid as opposed to the crease. We are all done with the eyes, and I'm just adding some mascara. This is the Benefits Roller Lash, is my absolute favorite mascara, and adding some falsies. These are in the style Hipster by Sephora collection. Because this is a really nice and very simple look, I am adding really wispy nice lashes. So these are one of my favorites. We didn't use any eyeliner for this look. I do want to give my shadow a winged out effect, so I'm cleaning the sides so I can give my eye a nice lift. And I am taking my Marc Jacobs Coconut Water Primer and just applying that all over my face. Using Maybelline's Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 110, I'm just applying it everywhere I have redness to just even out my complexion. And I'm using the Marc Jacobs The Face 3 brush to blend everything out. So today I want to introduce you guys to a very special guest. This is my Yoda, and he just wanted to meet you guys. He was very eager to be a part of all of this. I'm taking my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and I'm just highlighting the center of my face and covering up any blemishes. And he is back. He kept climbing all over my vanity, so I had to put him back in his little cubby. I am going to be taking that Sigma E75 that we used to shape our brows, and I'm just cleaning up and sharpening that edge that we cleaned up earlier to wing out our eyeshadow. Again, I did this because we didn't use eyeliner, but I still wanted my eyes to have that winged out lift. So that is why I cleaned my eyeshadow. I cleansed. Whatever, you get me. I gave my eyeshadow a winged out shape. And I'm just here buffing everything in and pushing the product in with the Real Techniques sculpting brush. So to set my foundation and concealer, I'm taking the Mercier powder and the Sigma F20 brush. And today we are actually not going to be contouring the conventional ways that you guys have seen all over social media. I'm actually going to teach you a really super easy way to contour with only your blush. So I'm applying Nars Orgasm to the apples of my cheek using a Sigma F15 brush, and I'm blending it back. And then I'm applying it to the temples and to the sides of my neck for balance. This is called draping, is essentially contouring with color. You want to apply a really light wash to the apples of the cheek and build the color up. To do this, I like to apply my product only on half of the brush. I don't apply it to the whole head of the brush, so that way I have a nice control application. And again, the color is a little bit more intense to the back of the ear because that's where your cheekbones show through. So since our contour was super subtle, I am going to further enhance my cheekbones using Becca's Champagne Pop Highlighter and a fan brush by Makeup Forever in number 136. I'm just going to be applying this to the highest points of our face to give it a nice glow. If you guys like this really pretty subtle glow, you can go ahead and leave the look like this, but I am going to enhance the highlight using the Inglot Sparkling Dust Powder, and I'm going to be applying this with the tips of my fingers and blending it out. Sometimes I feel like if I apply a dust or a highlighting fine milled powder with a brush, it gets everywhere. So this gives me control to really push the product where I want it and blend it out. You guys know I really like a blended out look. Working on my lower lash line, I'm going back with that Sigma E25 brush and the Inglot eyeshadow in number 60 and just smoking out my lower lash line. Taking my NYX jumbo pencil in milk and highlighting my inner corner with that same Inglot sparkling dust powder. And I'm also going to be using that same powder and highlighting my arch of the brow. So applying the final touches on the eyes, I'm just going to coat my lower lashes with Benefit's Roller Lash Mascara. And I'm going to take Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Whiskey to tight line between my lashes and the falsies, so that way you don't see where one ends and starts. Then I'm taking Benefit's Brow Gel in Ready Set Brow and just setting my brows in place. This also helps highlight my hair brows, so my eyebrows look a little bit more on the natural side, not too filled in. For my lips, I'm going in with NYX's Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade number 5. And I'm just going to be lining and filling my lips in with the same product. I find that with this product, it takes a little bit to set. It is actually one of my favorite products for a simple and natural look. But it does take a little bit to set to matte. So what I like to do is I apply it and then I take a tissue and I blot any extra product out to help it set a little bit faster. And then it stays on, girl, and it's not going anywhere. So to finish off, we want to make sure we're checking for symmetry and for any glitches. And I'm finishing off the skin by locking everything in with my Scandinavia Oil Control Setting Spray. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you found this look easy and simple, and I hope you guys get to try it. If you learned something, please give my video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Hasta la later.